Hi, welcome back to my channel. I'm Sarah James and this is Abundant Possibilities, and just to catch you up on some of the things that have been going on, I've taken a week off of kind of everything. My father passed away on the 18th of this month of December, my father, Lawrence James. And it's been going through the process of grieving and joy and celebrating his life and talking to family and friends and the whole thing. There's just been so much gratitude that I've felt with the amount of support that I've received from so many friends around the country, so many friends and family members from around the world. He had so many friends that he just reached out to all the time, and that they just loved him, and they've been offering us so much support. And I'm so grateful that it happened during the time that it happened. We're December 21st right now. This is the winter solstice. It's the beginning of a new era. We have Jupiter and Saturn in conjunction, and the age of Aquarius. There's all these new things. There's all these new energies, and it's something that I've been working through. There's no specific way to grieve. There's no right way or wrong way. There's just your way, whatever that may be. And I know that in this, I've had my energy, high. My light's been pretty bright, and it's helped support my family in that. And then there's waves that comes over me in just needing to release this amount of sadness that comes from losing somebody that you care about so much. So yeah, there's that going on. That's a big thing. And I wanted to share that with you because it's just part of this human experience is grief and losing somebody. None of us get out of here alive. We all have to go through this period sometime in our life of losing somebody. And it's such a beautiful process if you allow it to be. Like I can allow my heart to just be cracked open and grieve in this beautiful way where I let the light shine through. So that's what I've been doing. And I know my father is an infinite being. I called him Daddy here on earth, but his soul is limitless. He's all things, and that's one thing that has helped me along this journey, is just realizing that there is no end, there is no death. There's just a new beginning, and we're moving into a new beginning. And he's all around me now, and I've been able to talk to him and meditate with him and just be in the state of forgiving and peace. And the beautiful thing is my sisters and I were all able to either be with him by his side or be with him on the phone, which is something that I don't take lightly. I know a lot of people are going through this right now where they can't be with their loved ones, and how hard that is to experience. So I'm so grateful. I'm so blessed to have been able to hold his hand and just share with him all my love and tell him all is forgiven. All is forgiven. He's free and he's able to shine. And his earthly body just wasn't able to hold that type of spirit anymore. So I released that spirit, and now it's just a matter of moving on through this and knowing that he's here all around me. There's so many aspects of him in me, and I carry that torch onward. But that has happened just about 4 days ago. So I've allowed myself to sing and dance, because he loved to sing and dance and enjoy life. So I've allowed myself to do that. I've allowed myself to rest when I needed to cry when I needed to, and not apologize for any tears that I shed, and just know that it's such a beautiful human experience to go through. And I'm just grateful that I was able to experience it the way I was, and that I'm going through it the way I am. And yeah, so I just want to share that with you, and hope that wherever you are, if you're going through any kind of grief, if you're going through a loss right now, know that I'm with you. Know that you're not alone. Know that a lot of people are going through just this amount of energy of letting go and releasing and grieving and mourning things that they no longer have. So you're not alone. You're not alone. I love you. I know who you are. I know what you are. I know how you serve. And we're all beautiful in our own way, and we grieve beautifully in our own way. So today I wanted to read day 23. It's continued from the book of Knowing and Worth, and just see what the guides have to share with us on this journey of ours, because we're in a new beginning. This is a new era. This is a time to step into the light and release those things that you hold against people, or judgments that you hold against yourself, and just release it to the light. There's no time for anything else. We're here for such a short period of time. So yeah, now is our time. And as light workers, it's time to shine bright for everybody else here that may be going through something. So I want to read from the book of Knowing and Worth, and it's The Road Before You is the title, which is pretty amply titled, I would say. This is day 23 continued, and let's see what the guides have to share with us. And as always, if something comes up as I'm reading it, then I'll share what that is. Sometimes it just reminds me of something, or I'm going through something, or it just, kind of makes me think of whatever it does, and I share that as I'm reading. So if you'd like to read along, this is page 293 from the book of Knowing and Worth. And these books are channeled from Paul Selig. He's a channeler. And I just thank him so much for sitting through these channeled messages. This is messages for humanity to guide us along on this journey. We are all on this journey together. We are all in this journey together. So my gift to you is to share the words that they've shared with me to help me along on my journey. So maybe it can help somebody else out there on theirs, and we'll see if we can all just ascend together. Okay. Day 23 continued. We will ask questions tonight about your forbearance. What will it take to keep you on a path once you have claimed it? What will stop you from shying away from your responsibilities once you have decided you are the Word? What will sing your song for you when you need your remembrance of it to call you to the next station, the next place of being, as the one who has claimed his authority, has claimed her authority? What will it take for you to say, once and for all, I am who I say I am. I am a divine being. I have anchored the Christ frequency, and I express it in all areas of my life. Why do you fight yourselves so? You go for a run and you trip over your feet and you say, why did I run? I fell. You get up. You don't even see the distance that you crossed before you stumbled. The road is not always smooth. The road is not always clear. But when you know who you are and you claim yourself in your worth, you are directed forward. The frequency that you hold, each of you, through the adherence to our work with you, will surmount many issues. But you must realize that you have to change the station of your broadcast to attend to what you need. As you continue to attend to yourselves in the ways you have known, you bypass the new opportunity to bring forward the manifestation of the Christ in frequency that would be born, would be attended to, would be witnessed, would be claimed. The anchoring of the Christ vibration as you has been our work with this text. It has been our work with these classes. It has been the recognition of you, of each one of you, as this thing that has called us to you to say, don't you see yourselves? Won't you witness yourselves? And won't you come forward to be seen by all? The fear that you have now of the walk before you is that there is no path. The book is closed, the class is ended. I go on to my next project, my next idea. I find something new to occupy my days, and you regulate our teaching to your history. Your vibration has been transformed through your attendance to this work. Your showing of yourself to your fellows in emanation, the frequency that you hold as you express it, is a manifestation of this. You all have had this experience in one way or another, and still you shut the book, you end the class, and you say, "What is next?" There are many teachings available to you all, and many have great merit. The teaching that we have offered you and will continue to in our way is the teaching of incarnation. It is who you are in manifestation as you stand before yourself today, not as you may be one day when the jigsaw puzzle has been all filled in, but who you are today. Today is the only day you may know yourself as the Christ in manifestation. Today is the only day you may sing your song. Today is the only day you may see the significance of your merit as an aspect of the Creator in form. The denial of this, maybe on Tuesday I will be the Christ, maybe next lifetime I will be happy, maybe on Monday I will decide to see my husband in his merit, but until then I'm going to be angry at him, is a way of being in lies. You have the choice at any moment to reapply, to renegotiate your relationship to any of your creations, anything you see before you that you have agreed to, the bodies that you stand in, the jobs that you go to, the rooms that you reside in and wander through, still questioning whether you have a right to be in joy. These are all creations. What would you create next? What would the man you are, what would the woman you are, create next to glorify the truth of her being and the glory of the kingdom that she witnesses before her? Well, I don't see the kingdom. I see what I had for dinner last night. I see the job I don't want to go to. I see the marriage that will never be repaired. Where is the kingdom? The kingdom is in you. The kingdom is in you. You out there. The kingdom is in you. And in your perception, and in your awakened self that knows that she may transform her relationship to anything through the decree of I know who I am, I know what I am, I know how I serve. In this claim, you claim power. In this claim, you claim choice. In this claim, you claim alliance and frequency in accord with divine worth. The associations you have and maintain to your creations, in many ways, are habitual and entrenched. And if you are willing to walk with us now, we will take you on the journey to your own knowing, to your own knowing, to your own knowing. As you sit where you are, you may say quietly to yourself these words. On this night, I choose to align myself into accord with my knowing in a way that I may claim and I may herald. On this night, I may choose to no longer deny the aspect of myself that is in holiness in her worth, in his worth. And as I create from that knowing, I enjoin with my fellows into victory, into victory, into victory. We say this. The claim of this plane into manifestation in higher frequency is the work of this class and the work of this text. The victory, we say, is over fear, is over judgment, is over those things that you have empowered, each of you, to give you a sense of identity that was not born in your worth. Your true worth, as you know, is an aspect of the Creator manifested in form. And all other shingles you would carry, pins you would wear, names you would choose are temporary acquisitions that will fall away one day soon. Yeah. I'm going to read that again. The victory, we say, is over fear, is over judgment, is over those things that you have empowered, each of you, to give you a sense of identity that was not born in your worth. Your true worth, as you know, is an aspect of the Creator manifested in form. And all other shingles you would carry, pins you would wear, names you would choose are temporary acquisitions. Temporary acquisitions that will fall away one day soon. The lives that you live, tethered to this physical plane, are finite. You have this body this time around. You have this engagement with your fellows this time around. And the next time around, when you come back to sing some more, you have chosen a different identity to engage through. But the eternal you travels with you. She is unchanged and she knows her name. So yeah, like I said, my father, who I called my father in this life, I called him my daddy all my life. His name was Lawrence James in this life, but that is not who he is. He's not his name. He definitely wasn't his diabetes. He wasn't the dialysis that he had to go through 3 times a week. He wasn't his blindness. He wasn't his human body. He's an eternal soul. And I have no doubt that in some other plane, our paths will cross again in some other beautiful way, and we'll learn whatever life lesson we have to learn in that time. And when he passed away, I did a meditation where I cleared all contracts that were held that no longer benefited the highest good of myself or him or anyone. And I released that. I told him, all is forgiven, all is forgiven, all is forgiven. There is no part that needs to be taken with him. There is no part of him that I need to hold on to, because he is everything. He is an aspect of me and I am an aspect of him. But he's not his name. He's not his body. And his body is no longer with us. So it's been an interesting process. Anybody that's lost a parent, that's lost a loved one, it's easy to comprehend on a higher level, I would say. But then, we're still here on this earth. There's still sadness. There's still pain that goes into losing anybody. And just knowing that I'm not going to hear his voice on the answering machine anymore, that's a sad thing. But I know that anytime I want to talk to him, his voice will be in my ear, and I can call to him anytime I want and get his wisdom when I need it the most. So she is unchanged, he is unchanged, and he knows his name. Now, the Christ as you is not a frame. A frame is a small thing that contains your world and gives you your self-worth in a parcel you can manage. What would it feel like, we say, to expand the frame you hold beyond what you have known, to include all possibilities? Those things that have not been seen, those things that have not been attended to yet, as manifested on this plane. The eyes that you see when you look in the looking glass see a vision in 3-dimensional reality. You understand what you see by the frame you have chosen. As you expand your consciousness, your vision expands, and you may begin to perceive what has been born in higher vibration. As you align to us, and we are your teachers, we support you in aligning your sight to the vision we hold before you. What is the new world? What is the kingdom but God's manifestation here and now? Now, nobody is coming down from a cloud to save you. In fact, the clouds are clearing. That which has obscured the sun will be witnessed by you each. And your awareness of yourselves, each and every one of you, as this king, as this aspect of the Creator in shared love and acknowledgement of worth, is what will be known as the Christ in manifestation on this plane. Now, we are not religious. We do not attend your churches. We may have founded some of them once upon a time and moved beyond that structure because we no longer attend to discipline that is born in punishment. We have no need to punish you, but you still have great need to punish yourselves for your belief in your sinful nature. the telling of you to each of you that you were not worthy of the kingdom and that you must earn it in supplication was a tragic mistake, because it keeps many of you from standing up and saying, may I? I may I may I, yes, I may. You are the one who gives yourself permission to call yourself forward. We only extend the hand. The trials that each of you face on the journey you are heading on are the ones of confrontation with your own face. And we will say this: each one of you see before you is a reflection of you. Let me read that again. Each one you see before you is a reflection of you. And you anoint them in the way that you perceive them. That must be a holy man, he wears a robe. That must be a beggar, his clothes are filthy. And you anoint them all as you perceive them. That must be a good man, he looks like a good man. There is no such thing. Do you understand this? These are frames, ways of choosing to identify so that you may feel in control of the landscape you walk on. Until the day that you may walk down the street and witness each one before you as a manifestation of God, you are still playing the game of pretending to be in the light. The light holds no discrimination against sex, against color, against heritage. It holds no desire to keep you apart. The light shines on all. And if you would put your fellow in darkness and say that you have the right to that, you have created yourself as a false God. The true God, we say, and we have said, loves each equally. If you are this thing that you have been claiming you are, I know who I am, I know what I am, I know how I serve. You will see this, in fact, in all things. One thing about my dad that I will just carry on for me forever, and I've done a video about this before, is when we were growing up and all throughout my life, he made it a point to say hello, good morning, good evening, good afternoon to everybody he passed on the street. And he would make sure that we said greetings to them in some way, good morning, good afternoon, good evening. And he really taught me the value of seeing people as your neighbors, as your brothers, not choosing who you said good morning to, not choosing who you said good day to, but just seeing everybody and saying, I see you, and I'm wishing you well throughout your day. And I have carried that on with me. And not only does it help keep my vibration high, but it forms community. I have seen it happen. I have said good morning to somebody that didn't say good morning back. And the next day I say good morning again, and they don't say good morning back. And by the third day, by the fourth day, they're smiling or they're waving or they're saying good morning back, and all of a sudden they know my name. My dad knew so many people. There were so many people that would walk by and say, hey, James, from Home Depot to a homeless person on the street. He just reached out to everybody in the same way. So that's something that I will take and carry on in knowing who people are and seeing through my Christ eye. So thank you, Daddy, for sharing that lesson with me. Thank you, guides, for sharing that lesson that everybody is equal. Everybody is here and going through whatever their experience is on this plane. But just being able to see somebody and say good morning, saying hello, saying I wish you well, can do wonders. I mean, if you want to live in a world where people say hello, then start by saying hello. If you want to form community, then start by forming community and saying hello to your neighbors and saying hello to strangers, seeing everybody in the same light. We are all on this journey together. You never know what anybody may need. Maybe they just need that good morning to light up their day. Maybe they were having a bad moment and they needed your light to shine on them in that moment. So, yeah, I am the one who knows herself. I am the one who knows what she is and how she serves. And that's one of the way that I serve is in my expression. So thank you for that that lovely life lesson. And I share that with everybody that I come across. And I encourage you to do the same. We're in this new world. It's a new earth that we're going into. So if you can say hello to your neighbors, then that's a start. That's just a start. And one of the chapters in here said to go into an open space where a lot of people were in and just say, I know who you are, I know what you are, I know how you serve, and see everyone through the same Christ light. And it works. It helps. It keeps your vibration high. It keeps everybody's vibration high. It expands your light in so many ways. So, yeah, thank you. Now, is this easy? In fact, it is. It is so much easier than judging your fellows. Give it a chance. Be the word. Be who you say you are, and do not submit to the aspect of the self that would have you run for cover, lock the door, and pretend to be the only one who knows anything. That is too tempting, you know. My mother-in-law, she will never change. She is not love. If she is on this plane, there must be no God. And that is your agreement. That is what you witness. That is what you claim. My son was taken from me. That man took my son. There cannot be a God. There must be vengeance, and I will not rest until there is. Okay, so I want to talk about this as well. Since my father passed away, and my sisters, we have not heard anything from my mom. She's aware that this has happened. And since I've experienced my mom for the last 40 some years, she has held on to this anger towards my father for whatever her reason is, and she hasn't let it go yet. She hasn't been able to see through that and let it go. There's a part of me in being her daughter that feels very hurt by that feels like she'll never change, that feels like this is just who she is, that, you know, she'll never reach out and she's just angry. And that's not who she is either. She can come to me, she can hold on to her anger if that serves her. And I can't be the judge of what serves her and what doesn't. There's a lesson in it for her. But I know that giving her that space and knowing who she is and knowing what she is and how she serves, I can only lead with love. That's the only thing I can do. She knows that we loved our father, and she hasn't reached out to us to say, I'm sorry that you're feeling in pain, or I'm sorry that you have a loss. And in my mind, I can say, well, she's putting her own needs before our needs. That she's doing what she needs to do, and I can give her space in that, in love, and hope that someday she'll release that anger that she's held on to for so long. Because it's just a very heavy load to carry. And she's done that with her family for the most part. She's kind of blocked off everybody, and she holds this, you know, anger and judgment towards them, and it's been hard to see because in that she's really sheltered herself off in many ways, and it's hard to break through that exterior, and I have no idea how that happened in her life. She hasn't shared that with us, but all I can do is lead by example. That's the only thing. I can lead by my own light and show her how I can forgive and how I can reach out, and how her anger doesn't have to affect me, and it doesn't have anything to do with how I express myself. So yeah, I just want to bring that up because that's been something that has hurt on a personal level as a daughter, to not have a mother reach out. But then also she's on her own path on that, and whenever she decides to release that, she may, and whatever that life lesson is for her, that's her life lesson. And mine that I also am working through. So, there cannot be a God, there must be vengeance, and I will not rest until there is. You will not rest because you deceive yourself. You make yourself the prisoner to the one who harmed your son, and you have made him a God that can control your well-being. He is still a creation, he still has his learning, and if he cannot be redeemed, if there is a man or a woman who cannot be redeemed, then there is no grace. Do you understand this? Then there is no grace, and then you should burn this book and put yourself aside and pick up your weapons and do what you have always done to each other. The time is coming when mankind will face herself, will face himself, and all of his creations. And what you will be asked to face is what was done in the name of God that was a lie, and what was done in fear in the name of defense. Do you understand these words? Until mankind realizes that he is standing beside his brother, he will want to harm another. And as long as he wants to harm another, he will create ways to deceive himself that there is no creator who holds you all in love. The times are approaching fast when you each make decisions about what realm of possibility you wish to attend to. The convenience of the past, maybe someday I will get spiritual and work on this relationship with myself. Maybe one day I will forgive my mother. Maybe one day I will stop fighting with the lady next door. Keeps you in a convenience you can no longer afford. You are saved by yourselves through your own witnessing, through your own knowing, through the possibility that you are each of the same worth. You are damned by your differences. Now we celebrate what is different. What is different? Her beautiful hair, her beautiful eyes, his skin is different than his, and his love is different than hers in the way that is expressed. We celebrate those differences because you are unique creations. We don't ask you to be the same. In fact, you are the same. You are all made of the same stuff. You will be here one day, you will pass into the next world, and you will respond to your fellows in the recognition of who you now know they are. Well, that was an interesting lifetime, wasn't it? We sure missed the boat on that time, didn't we? We had a good time, though, some days, yes. Well, let's do it again. Maybe it will be fun this time. You don't have to wait, to be in freedom. You don't have to wait to forgive, nor do you have to wait to know that you are loved. We say there is grace, and grace, we say, comes when it is needed. Not always in response to a request, but the hand of the Creator, we say, has made itself known in our teaching to some of you, and will to some more as you are welcome forward on the path you are electing to take. As we said earlier, there are ways that you will move forward, and some of you still need to be told that once you are on this path, you may maintain it regardless of what you see, regardless of any disappointments, any creations that you may still call to yourself in order to learn through. There is nothing wrong with stumbling and falling. And if you wish help to be lifted, please ask. We will lift you. And if you ask in your voice, you may have fellows beside you very quickly to assist you to your feet. Yeah, I posted on Facebook just a small tribute to my father. And there's so many people that reached out to me offering love, offering support, offering a kind word, offering food, offering time, offering their ear, just ready to step in and be the light that I needed when I needed it. There's help in so many directions from all of his family, from all of his friends. It's help when you need it and when you call out to it, and you can find it. In my case, I can cry and allow the tears to flow with him. My dog Emerson is there to eagerly lick up the tears, and he's just like, la, 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 just lick him up, and it just makes me feel happy immediately. Like, he's just such a great reminder that life not only goes on, but it's meant to be lived in joy, and things that you don't need to hold don't need to be held for long. You can turn to the people around you to ask for help. You can acknowledge a little puppy that just wants to lick your tears and make you feel happy. And I am so grateful for all of the help, all of the support, all of the love. It's been pouring in, and I'm telling you, this amount of gratitude that's been in my heart has been so unbelievable. And I know that there's going to be more grief to come in the future in different ways. But man, this is such a beautiful experience of love. It's just pure love. And I couldn't be more grateful for this experience in how it's being gifted to me. So, yeah. You are no longer walking alone, we say. The teaching that we are giving you in our text is being shared by many now. And what has begun to happen is that when you whisper, "May it be true," somebody else may whisper back to you, "Yes, and I know it's true. Yes, and I know it's so. And I know it's so because I am expressed in my worth, in this possibility that we have been taught." The joining force of vibration of those of you who ascend in consciousness create a vibration that will call others to you. And the path, we say, will be walked by many. You are standing amongst your fellows now. You are standing with the ones you know or whom you may know one day. You are living the lives you have chosen and will continue to choose. And the creations you have created were all born in need. You needed them or you wouldn't have created them. So now you can walk unattended. And we say this to you. We are before you leading the way, and we are behind you saying, "Hurry, hurry, hurry. Go meet yourself. Go meet the beautiful self that you are and have always been." We would like you each to see before you, in your mind's eye, your perfected self, the aspect of you that holds no fear, holds no rage, holds no judgment, seeks not to harm, but seeks to love. And see her before you, see him before you, as a shining light growing and expanding, and you will say these words to that aspect of you that you witness before you. I know who I am. I know what I am. I know how I serve. And you will receive it in every cell of your being. You are merging now with your own vibration, the holiest self that you may know. And feel yourself in worth as you are engaged in marriage with your own divine self. I am here, I am here, I am here, is your claim of truth. And we say, yes, you are, yes, you are, yes, you are. This is the end of the beginning of a chapter, yes. We will continue shortly. Thank you each, and good night. Stop now, Paul. I feel the love. I feel the love. And as I feel it, I expand it out. I hope you can feel it as well. Whatever your journey is, you are not alone. I know who you are. I know what you are. I know how you serve. And thank you, thank you, thank you for being here. It makes the road a lot less burdensome to walk down. I know that people that have gone through this before me have led the way to navigate. And I can now help others navigate through their own process. So thank you for paying it forward. Thank you for shining your light. Thank you for tuning into this channel. And if you liked it, then hit subscribe, hit the like button. I'm so excited about what's to come. There are so many beautiful, beautiful blessings that can come in this new era that we're moving into. And I say yes to all the possibilities that are there. That's why I named my website Abundant Possibilities. That's why the channel is named Abundant Possibilities. There are so many possibilities in how you can choose to claim yourself, how you can set intentions, how you can move forward, how you can release fear and release shame and release judgment and step into your loving. There are so many possibilities in that. And I say thank you, thank you, thank you to each of you, every single one of you. I love you. I wish you well. I wish you love. I hope on this 21st day of December, this winter solstice, this new era into the age of Aquarius, that you set some intentions, say what you want more of. Not the things that you want less, but the things you want more of. More freedom, more love, more forgiving, more time in nature, more puppy kisses, more hugs, more kisses, more joy, more peace, more everything. Just, I encourage you to say what you want more of. And I'm not the only ones. A lot of my guides have said the same thing for a long time now. What do you want more of? Now is your time. You have more power than you think you have. You are the one in charge. You are the one in choice. So yeah, go forward. I love you all. Tune in. Next time we're going to be reading day 24, and we are almost at the end of this book. This has been one of the books that have just really, really helped in my process, in this human experience that we're in. I felt called to share. I'm going to be reading the book of Love and Creation as well. And I really hope that Paul Selig does not mind me reading this. I feel these words need to be shared with humanity, and I want to do my part, and I'm a living example of what they are and what they've meant and how they can be lived. So I'm sharing them. That is one of my joys in doing so, is just to share it with you. So thank you, guides. Thank you, Paul Selig, and thank you, everyone who tuned in. I'll see you next time. Abundant possibilities, guys. Abundant possibilities.